I think I am live. Hello, Zen friends. Happy Friday evening or Saturday morning to you guys on the other side of the planet. So happy to be here. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. For some of you, it just is starting, right? So welcome, welcome. So good to have you here. Before we get into everything, let us bring in some beautiful energy with our singing bowl here. And as I'm hitting the singing bowl, just imagine a beautiful, beautiful waterfall of unconditional love energy flowing down into our heart, filling us up into our brains, our thoughts, into our hearts and our emotions, into our bodies and our organs and our bloodstream and our joints and everything in our physical body, our cells of our body, and then out into our energetic field, into our chakras, our auras, filling up our life and then flowing out to the world. And as I'm doing that, if you want to take some deep breaths and just think of at least one thing, if not more, of what you're grateful for in this moment. And that helps raise our love vibration and then also the vibration of the singing bowl. That'll help us raise our vibration and kind of let lower vibrational energies just flow, any kind of clogs. Just allow it to move throughout our being and allow it to flow away and bring in the higher vibration. All right. So here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. She is singing up a storm as per usual. So, hello, everyone. So happy to have everyone here. Good to see everyone. Hello. You need me, Chloe? Hey, everybody. Moonlight. Hello. Shanji. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Tim. Tim de la Jum. So good to see everyone. I wish I could say hi to every single one of you, but I know we're here for messages from spirit. So we will be diving in here in just a momentito. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. These are all our Zen friends. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, wonderful senses of humor, which two great things to have in this journey as humanity, for sure. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. Quickly, how the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list or anything. The chat is it. You just put your question out there. Or if you don't know what you want to ask, or you don't want to put your business out there, you can ask for a general reading, and then they will pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings, see what spirit has. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I do prioritize those readings, step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And then once I'm done, I return back over to the free readings. And my YouTube channel members, you'll see their names in green with their little badges. They get second priority over the donations. And then we move on to free readings. And we do have some here. Like I said, we have Moonlight 5. Hello, hello. And we've got Chloe Jade. Hello. And let's see here. I think we had Johanna up top too. Yep, we sure did. So Johanna Yoresen, or however I mispronounce your name, and Infinity up there as well. So hello, everybody. If you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, we do have those available. I have 2 levels: Zen Cricket $2.99, Praying Mantis $7.99. In addition to getting prioritized in these sessions, I always make sure to complete my donations and my YouTube channel members. Those are uh, part of their memberships. I don't always get to all of the free readings, so um, that's one way to have that. We also get together during the week on Thursdays. Yeah, for 2 to 3 hours, both groups together, and at least sometimes we even go 4 hours. But we do tarot readings, oracle readings, past life readings, talk astrology, whatever we want. And then my Praying Mantis members, after the sessions on Friday and Saturday night and on Sunday afternoon, we do have at least an hour or so together too. So if you're interested, there's a link down below there for that. As well as I do offer personal readings and some other different types of readings and an energetic hedge of peace. All that is down in the description box too. So blah, 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 yada, yada. So that's all that stuff there. All right. So um, I think that's the main things I wanted to talk about. My Praying Mantis members also get advanced access to all the videos that I put out each month. Some of those are the Zen Gates, which we have one today. Happy 4/4 Zen Gate. It's a special portal. We have them every month. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. There's actually a little video. Let me throw that out here. That came out last Saturday, but it is good for today, right? Happy full. What else? What else do we have? Oh, every Friday we do have a new Zen Byte come out. So we had a new one come out this morning. Here is that one. And then we have like Equinox readings, which all the playlists are in the description box of the video. There's just a lot that's there. So I won't go into all that right now because you guys have access to the playlist. But for new moon, full moon, when the sun changes signs, we've got quest videos, which are like kind of podcasts that give you guidance on the different areas of our life and all sorts of fun stuff. So that's all free and available. And like I said, my Praying Mantis get advanced access to all those too. And I sometimes record them up to a month in advance. I know when I'm on it, my Capricorn rising is in full bloom. I'm all caught up. As long as all my Pisces doesn't take me off into a dream world, we're good. So fun. Um, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but we're gonna jump in. I have a variety of decks. I'm gonna start off with this one though. Tarot Magic. I've got some other ones I might bring in over here. Just felt drawn to a few today. Probably falling asleep tonight. So tired these days. I hear ya. I definitely. All this energy going on. All the eclipses, and there's so much energy of change. We're getting so many upgrades. I imagine all of us feel tired. Our bodies are preparing us. So rest as much as you need to. So, all right. So let us dive in here. So we do have a few. Actually, let me bring this up over here. I think I changed the font on my computer. Everything looks huge. Think I overdid it, but let's just move some stuff around so I can see everything. All right. So we will take a look here. So, and I'll try to, that's what I was going to do. I was like, I knew I was going to copy something. I'm going to try doing, putting timestamps out there as well. as I do the reading. So if you guys come back, it's easier to find them. And after I'm done, I'll post a pinned comment too. I'm gonna try to do that a little more. Hey Deb, shout out to another YouTube channel member. Whoop whoop. Good to see you. All right. So let's put the first one on here. So we're gonna have here. So first up will be Infinity. Dun da da da. Let me put that down here. So 10:45. All right. So we will start there. And then we've got Nelia Medeiros for a couple, Johanna for a couple, and then Nova. And then we jump over here. Let's see. And then we have NY, Nye. We have Brenda. And then we've got Miss K. When we jump over, we got Sean G. And then there's a bunch others. So yeah, I did get so Michelle, I see yours. Oh, and Chloe, I do see yours too through the Venmo and the Cash App. And of course, Shanji, we've got a few of yours as well. So um yeah, so we've got a bunch in here. Yeah, I see the Venmo in there too. Um so we do have quite a list. So we will get going here. So thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful. Um, so we'll get started here. All right. So Infinity, really, yours didn't start at 10:45, but I started to kind of go into your energy. So let's take a look here. Let's give that a love and a like here, Infinity. And you said, sorry to ask. You never have to be sorry. We want to know things. It's for a reason, right? So you can always ask that. You want to know, is L dating someone? Let's take a look here. Find out what's going on with L here. We're gonna get some details here on what is going on with them here. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have here. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Ace of Swords that's coming in here. Ace of Swords, kind of this new communication energy. So let's take a look here and see. It appears that they're talking with someone new with the Ace of Swords. But let's find out what's happening here. Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles too, which is a new, situation opening up in the outside world. Kind of feel here with the Page of Pentacles, it feels like it's a return of someone kind of from the past, and with all this Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde both going on at the same time, those tend to bring back communication and love and relationships kind of stuff back from the past and across our path. So it feels like there's some new communication going on. Let's see what else we have here. We got several cards. We have the moon. So that is an energy of mysterious and hidden things here. We have the strength card, which is this Leo energy coming in here. And the Two of Pentacles, which does have this energy. It's funny, all these infinity symbols. Got the infinity symbol and the infinity symbol. I just had to point those out. But I do feel like they're juggling two people here with this Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles too does have this energy. It can be kind of like the Three of Cups where it's three people in the outside world, not necessarily a love triangle, because a love triangle usually has people. When it's just two, it's more of a V shape than it's a triangle, because these two don't know each other. So I kind of feel like there is someone out here. Let's see if they're dating. I feel like they're talking to them, but let's look at these other cards here to see if they're actually anything going on here. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So here's the movement of communication again. We do have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a flow in the outside world. Let's see what this last card is here, though. Yeah, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture kind of energy here. Can be sensuality, new birth of something. That's the underlying energy between this communication and this movement in the outside world. So I feel like there are intentions. The bottom of the deck, along with that Ace of Swords, we do have the Hermit card. So I don't feel like they've met in person per se, and they're not dating, but I do feel like there's an interest here. Yeah, and there's the Three of Cups, which is third party situation on the bottom of the deck underneath that. So I do feel like they do have this communication going on activated, and I do feel like it is someone from their past, um, but they're not officially, they haven't gone on a new date. It's someone I feel like they dated before, but there is conversation, movement of a lot of conversation with that Knight of Swords coming in there. So, maybe that's what we need, right? You're going to be headed out of the city, going somewhere else, right? So it's good. It's maybe it'll help bring some closure, right? That's what your fortune cookie is. We're going to go to these divine directions, is where they're wanting to take me here. Okay. And we've got teach. You have a wonderful gift for working with others. Have you considered teaching? Interesting. It's like they're distracting you. Have you thought of going teaching over there? Go away from this person, right? All right. So that's what they're coming in and for you there, Infinity. So hang in there. You're welcome. Much love to you. Hey, Christina. Hello. 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 Shout out to other my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. Dropping by to say hello. All right. So let me grab the next timestamp here. So we have Nelia Maderos. You actually have two. So we'll start here with number one. Thank you for your dual donations. Ooh, mouse gone wild. All right. So Nelia, thanks for the black cat sticker there. And so you were like a general reading on Thomas. What are his intentions with you? How will this friendship unfold? All right. So what we got here. So what does Spirit want you to know around Thomas here? Okay, they do want that underlying energy. And then just what are his intentions? All right, so we have those for that. Okay. So let's see what the general energy around Thomas is here. So we do have the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles is this kind of fullness of life and kind of um, it's one of the partnership cards. The Magician is this energy, this focus of energy, this movement of energy that's coming in here. And I do feel like their energy and intention, just in general, we'll find out specifically for you down here. But I do feel like they're on the prowl for a relationship, is the energy I'm getting together. That's funny that they called it a prowl. He's on the prowl because he's got this energy, but he wants this fullness of life, and his intentions are, I'm ready for a relationship, which is good energy. At some point we're we're ready, uh, and we don't feel like we're going into a trap. They're feeling like they want this kind of thing out there. Let's see what else we have here too. Yeah, we do have the King of Cups coming in here. What's that? King of Cups? Yeah, it is sure the King of Cups. And the Nine of Swords. Ooh, okay. So I do see here we've got the King of Cups is this energy of trying to find the perfect person. And now I see with the Nine of Swords, that's our fears, our supposed to be's, our should be's, our need to be's kind of energy that comes in with that. And I feel like that's what's kept him single, is because he's got this high bar and who all those supposed to be's, right? In a relationship. They're supposed to be this. They're supposed to be this in the relationship. The relationship is supposed to be this way. I'm supposed to be this in a relationship, and blah, 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 blah. All those things that suck the life out of a relationship, all these rules, instead of allowing it to be what it is. So he has been looking, but he just has such a high illusion. What was the word I was using last night? It was like when you're in the desert and it's not the oasis. Oh, mirage. It's like when you see a mirage out there, right? And it's like, it's not real because that's such an illusion of that when we get real, then we can, find someone. Let's see what else we need to know about them here. We have the Chariot. So there definitely is this movement energy, this power of choice energy. Like I said, that very active and wanting to, yeah, mules, let's go. They're really wanting to go. And underneath the surface of all that, another seven, two sevens here, seven of cups. So I do feel like they have their eye on a lot of different people, but coming back to those nine of swords, they're like, well, yeah, but there's always buts. Yeah, it's funny. There must be a but man. No, because they're going, but, oh, them, but this. Well, but, it's all those expectations that are coming in. So they definitely are in there, but they've got like this very high bar for themselves and others that's kind of keeping them kind of still on the search, if that makes sense. But let's take a look here and see specifically, um, like what are his intentions with you and how will this friendship unfold, right? So he does have the Emperor. His intentions are unclear with the major arcana four of the Emperor. It's Aries energy, Aries Sun energy. It looks like here with on these cards. That's cool. But also they're not sure. They've got all these people telling them those long list of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's, but their intentions are like, I don't know. I don't know what I want because they don't know what they want. They have this big ideal that's unobtainable based on everything that everyone in their kingdom has told them they should be, but they're like, "Is that really what I want?" Think of all these movies where they have like a prince or a king, a young king who needs to be married, and they have all these people that they're bringing before them, and they're like, "Well, yeah, I can see how that would be a good joining together of kingdoms and blah blah blah," but they want something more, and all these rules that everyone is coming up with is just it's not attractive to them, and so I feel like they're kind of in this place. They don't know what their intentions are. um, so that's honest, with that. But let's see where this friendship, based on current energies, and we do have the seven of swords and dun, 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 and the queen of swords too. Queen of swords is this balance between head and heart, but the seven of swords is a card of, based on current energy, thoughts and beliefs that are deceiving ourselves. Can be the thief and deceiver kind of energy, but I don't feel like it's like they're not outwardly deceptive and lying or misleading or anything like that. I feel like they're just, because their thoughts and beliefs on the inside, they're that's what deceives them and cheats them out of things. This Queen of Swords, which is like the King of Cups, it's this compatibility, trying to find this perfect compatible person. Right now, I feel like it just stays friendships, for right now, with this energy, because they aren't going to find anyone that matches that mirage right now. So I feel like it'll just continue to be a friendship, and that's cool because you don't want to be, compared to this unobtainable, high bar that they have on themselves and others. And that soon will kind of, I would say it will crumble, but that's what happens when we have such a high bar. It's like nobody can match up to that. No one can, do that. So I feel like that's what's coming in for that. Let's see what your fortune cookie for that one is. Yeah, we got fearlessness. Turn your worrier into a warrior. And amber is the companion stone for your solar plexus chakra, and that is an energy of your relationship with self and realizing, well, it's does their energy match up with yours, not does your energy match up with them. It's like, wait a minute, you don't match my energy, so I'm not going to change. I'm looking for someone that matches up to my own energy, right? So I like that. So that is what they have for that one for you there. All right. And then, so number two here, Nelia, let's see, 25, 47. Let's put that one down here too. Come on, mouse, mouse. All right, there it goes. 25. All right. So thank you for your second donation and for all the love. You sent love to all the Zen friends. Love, light, and strength. Appreciate that. We will take it all. All right. And then let's see here. All right, now let me see. So that was that one, right? And well, Nelia, if you're here, I don't see a second question. I see your free question. Let me just scroll down, make sure it's not down here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So what I'll do, you had your free reading, which is what is A thinking now. You had a falling out, and you haven't messaged them back. So I'll do that one for your second one. And then you can post another free one. And we'll look at that one. All right. So what is A thinking now? All right. Cards are flying out. What's he thinking now? Okay, we got that one. And then these here, huh? Okay, what's down there? All right, what do we got going on here? So, got these four. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Swords, which is about letting go of some old truths, some small t truths, some old ways of thinking, moving into higher ways of thinking, and it creates movement in the outside world. Um, so we'll see. Okay, they do want me to show you that, we've got like the death card underneath that, and then also the Five of Wands, which is drama. And so there was this little drama energy putting the end to the drama. We'll see what that means here. So it's energy on the bottom of the deck. So we have the Sun card next to the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from relationships that don't serve anymore. With a combination of these and all these other cards, I feel like their energy right now is, you know, they feel like it's a brighter energy between the two of you if they just end this, walk away and not turn back around. So that's their current mindset. We'll see what these other cards are here. But just with that Sun card, it's like Leo inner child energy going, and it's kind of this more the fleeing of fight or flight, right? The flighting, the fleeing piece of going, I'd rather just walk away than have to deal with these things, right? I don't feel like there's someone that really has that. Let me do this, do the work, and it's easier just to end it and not have to face it, right? I don't feel like there's someone who walks backwards. They're just more onto the next thing and the next thing. Eventually, the train that they're throwing everything on, pushing everything down and not dealing with, will catch up to them. But they're like, oh, I'll just walk away from here. And it's like, well, everything follows you. And if you ever stop, like if he's always going, 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 if he ever stops, everything just is going to hit, right? That's the kind of energy. Let's see what these two cards are below the surface here. Yeah, the King of Swords. So someone that gets very much in their head, not so much in their heart. And the Seven of Cups, a lot of emotional confusion. And that makes sense with these two combined together. Their emotions are hard to understand. That's not their language. They go more into their head. So I don't know if they're an air sign or if they have a lot of air in their chart, but like emotions, they'd rather walk away from emotions, uh, because you would want to ask them, what are they thinking? Not how are they feeling? Because they're like, what? I don't speak that language. Thinking, yes. Emotions, I don't feel like are their cup of tea. Let's see what these other cards are here for you too. So we got the Page of Cups, emotion energy. We got the Three of Swords. Yep, heartbreak, disappointment, and that makes sense. They don't like feeling those emotions. We've got the with the Knight of Cups too. So the fishies holding the cup in the middle there. So here's the movement of emotion, and the Two of Pentacles too. The Two of Pentacles is this energy of trying to balance things, but they don't balance head and heart. They more they don't like feeling heartbreak and disappointment, so they'll just stuff that down and then go into their head. So I feel like emotions are more or less turned very, very low, turned down, where you can't even hear the heart's messages. It's only the mind. So it does feel like they're more of a runner, than to face things and work through things. Unless it's something they really, 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 really want, then of course they invest energy in it. But for emotional stuff, it has to be like something very, very huge for them, if that makes sense. It's like, nope, they're more of a leave people behind kind of energy. So that's what their energy is right now, anyway. So let's see what your fortune cookie is for that one here. And again, if you have your free reading request, put it downstairs, put it downstairs down at the bottom. See, your fortune cookie says foolishness. You are worried that by letting go of your frustration, those who are responsible will perceive they have won. Well, they have won because the only one suffering is you. Well, there you go. Chop, chop. Psst, psst. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. So hang in there, my dear. All right. Oh, ready, ready, ready. So let's see here. So, Johanna, you are up. So let's put your first one here. And we'll put that it was at 33, right on the button there. Whether it was or not, probably not. But we'll take a look. I think I saw you post your questions down below. So let's zip on down here. Welcome back. Been a long week, right? Happy to see you too. All right. So let's look at your first one here. You want to know, why did you feel such weird energy when seeing that person today? Was there a past life energy that you hadn't noticed before with you? All right, let's take a sip of coffee here. All right. So, what was the source of the weird energy, please? Okay, we got that and that. Got those and those. Not those, but those two. Okay. Bottom of the deck. What do we have here? Ooh, Five of Swords. So there is some inner conflict with the Five of Swords there. Well, we'll see what that is, because that can be. I don't feel like it's external conflict, conflict. I'm starting to speak like Confucius, but it feels like a conflict between head and heart. That's in there. So we'll take a look there. Hey, you made it right in time. So we'll see. That's the bottom of the deck. Let's see. Let's get more details here. All right. Well, you do have the Fool card, which is the soul card. It's one of my cards that can represent reincarnation and soulness there. So, um, we have the also along with that, the 5 of Wands, which is drama. So there's this drama and conflict energy from past lifetime energy that's here. So I do believe you're right on the button there. Even have the 7 of Cups under the bottom of the deck, which is, can be like multiple emotional lifetime energies that are popping up too. But let's see what these other ones are here. See if we can get some more. Yeah, High Priestess. So there's all that energy of, you know, from the subconscious, because she's able to, of course, connect to the higher realms, connect behind the veil, dive deep into the subconscious world, that's down there with that moon energy. So that also with the soul card of the Fool and the High Priestess confirms that. Let's see what's below here. We do have the King of Wands, which is another one of my soul cards. They're the highest in the wand spiritual energy suit. So there is quite a bit here. You got the Four of Swords, which at, at rest here. And I feel like there this conflicting energy, it doesn't feel like angsty kind of energy. I just feel like there's unresolved emotions from past lifetimes. It would be like if you were there is a lover's card under here, underneath the 7 of Cups. And it can be that you guys had like close relationships, whether it was lovers, brothers, sisters, whatever, where someone died suddenly, where you weren't able to, resolve whatever was going on. And so there's like this, I just feel like this, it's not a desperate feeling, but it almost feels like desperate. Like, I've got to work this out with you. I've got to have this emotion flow. It just feels like that it's been stuck for many lifetimes kind of energy and, kind of come in that way, if that makes sense. Because it's like there's this resting energy is I need to put my mind at rest. I need to resolve this stuff, because we've been going lifetime to lifetime, go, go, go. And it's like, all right, we got some stuff to unpack. We need to process this, right? Um, so it just kind of feels that way, if that makes sense. Let's see what these other two cards are too. Yeah, we got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is the lifetime to put in the work to get the reward, become the master. And underneath that, the Four of Cups. Yeah, so to bring emotional stability, in here through work in the outside world. So that I do feel like that's what's going on there is a lot of that past life energy with this. But it is time to put it to rest. Put it to rest. Allow it to flow. And we don't necessarily have to like do a whole lot with people because those emotions are ours. So we can do our own kind of emotional past life work ourselves. Um, it's easier sometimes, right? I guess we can put that little caveat there. Sometimes it's easier when we have a person in the physical world to help, you know, have that energy work out in the physical world because it seems to, you know, be impactful and like we can process a lot of emotional energy in the physical realm and get it out, right? You keep running into him. Bam! But, but we can do it on our own as well because they could be reminders coming across our path too. Let's take a look here at the chakra love for your fortune cookie. Let's see what else they have here. Boom. Chakra balancing might help. Let's see what this one is. Truth. Speak from your heart. It is the only thing worth listening to. And you have the throat chakra with turquoise as the companion stone. So interesting, right? All right, so that's what's coming in with that one, and then we'll do 40. We'll just do 40 there. And let's take a look here. So we got 40. So, oh my gosh, I haven't been putting people's names. That isn't helpful, is it? Okay, well, I'll get it together here in a minute. At least in the pinned comment, the timestamps will be next to people's names. I tell you, this energy been going on has been very interesting energy, right? My host, she was having trouble talking today. She's like, but, and I'm like, Mercury retrograde. Communication and talking is a challenge. It's too funny. All right. So, Johanna, for your second one, let's see, I think I set up here. And number two, messages from your guides. All right. Let's see what they have here for you. All right. What else? Okay. Got all those. What else? Anything else? Nope. Oh, this one. Okay. Maybe there was one more. What do we got on the bottom of the deck here? Okay. So all these are below the energy, below whatever this card is going to be. That is where you're headed. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So there's this message of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself. Going in there. So, very much take care of you. Focus on your heart, your dream, you. It's the you energy that's coming in right now. And they're just saying, care for yourself with this energy. So get out into nature, ground yourself. Um, but it is this love of self energy. Put yourself first, kind of energy, and then let yourself fill up, and then everyone gets your overflow. That's the bottom of the deck. Your first card, here's the High Priestess. Yeah. So, here's that energy of stepping away, going into the High Priestess temple, connect to the spirit, look behind the veil, dive into your own emotions. And the moon energy is really prominent with her in this moment. So, paying attention to moon energy is always important for you, but especially take advantage of new moon rituals. I think we're coming up on the quarter moon right now. So there's different stages of the moon are bringing in release and connection, and I feel like it's important right now to really be aware of moon energy for you. Let's see what the next step is here. Yeah. So the Tower card here, and there's all this energy underneath it. So I'm not surprised we've got two major arcana here, the High Priestess and this Tower, because the Tower card is like something being removed out of your life or someone to make space for something that is more alignment with your dream, your higher self. Um, the High Priestess is interesting because the more we're in tune with spirit, we can actually hear the countdown of a tower, right? Because the tower moment only happens because we've asked it to happen. Like before we come down, we're like, at this point in my life, if I haven't removed this person, this situation, whatever out of the way, remove it because I need that to go on to my next fated thing that I want to experience. So we don't have like a ton of towers in our life, but we can avoid the electric shock treatment of the lightning bolt hitting the tower by being in tune with spirit because we could hear 10, 9, 8, 7, right? You're like, uh-oh, well, the countdown's happening. I like the original tarot because you'll see someone getting blasted out, like they're on their back going, bah, falling, getting blasted out of the tower. But there's someone beforehand. See, this one, it shows almost the exact same person mirrored. This one's usually like that one, but this one over here is usually someone diving out of the tower, which means that you can do that, right? We'll take a look here at these 5 cards underneath and see if it'll give us any inkling if it's a person, a job, a situation, or what it is here. But it definitely is gonna, with that high priestess, and you've been sensing it, it's given the opportunity for you to end something, rather than have it be ended for us. But what do they say? Hand to God, most humans, we love the shock treatment. We like going right up to the very edge and having something be removed for us. We must like the electric shock or something. So we all like usually humans like learning the hard way, right? Let's see here, the five cards that are here. We have the Two of Pentacles. So it is the choice of something in the outside world with those. Let's see. We have the 10 of Wands energy. So it's definitely something that you've been investing a lot of energy into where you feel like you've invested a lot of energy into it and and it's going to be something you're ready to let go of. Sagittarius and Saturn energy. Saturn is the house of work, and the Two of Pentacles is the Jupiter, and that's Capricorn and Jupiter. I kind of feel like because Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, 10th house, work, energy, and money, Jupiter, expansion. Sagittarius is teaching and learning, but with it being also in Saturn, both of these are pointing to a job. But let's see what else we have here. We have three more cards. You do have the Five of Cups energy that's coming in, which is this emotional switch, this power of emotional choice with the Page of Swords. Again, Saturn energy over here, some new information. I just feel like there's been a letdown around something with that Five of Cups, kind of like a sorrow, new information around something going, oh, kind of a like there's not going to be any raises, or no, you can't have that position. No, you can't do this. Just feels like that kind of energy. And the Emperor, that's coming in here too. So the Emperor is this Aries energy, which we're still in here for, right? Yeah, because it goes to Taurus next. We're still in Aries season, right? Yeah, March 20th to April 20th. I've been recording things into I started recording May's videos, so I'm already in the future. I'm like, are we still in Aries? I'm already past it. But this is about you making choices and you deciding what you want, putting a plan together, putting energy behind it, and taking action. So you definitely have this action energy, and you're ready for this coming up here. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it June? Is it June yet? Then you have the Nine of Swords. So this is the nightmare and insomnia card over here. It's about what are you afraid of? What's holding you back? It's good energy to really look at and go, if we don't make the leap will be made for us. We'll be shoved out of the tower. Um, yeah, right. Yeah. So it's coming up here, and the tower card is sudden energy, but I feel like they're saying it's time to, make this choice, or prepare for it. So spend some time with spirit, and I feel like you'll get clear direction on where your heart wants to take you next with that Queen of Pentacles energy that was on the bottom of the deck too. And then for your fortune cookie, you have humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. So I like it. You're going to bloom wherever you go. So, you know, it's like don't be afraid. You're going to be successful no matter where you go. You bloom. You always have, you always will. Just sometimes there's like really sucky dirt, and the flowers like, ugh, so hard here. I want to go somewhere where there's good sunlight, great, regular watering, and very rich soil. So I like that. That's too funny. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear, my dear. So good to see you. Get some rest, and thank you again for your dual donations there. I appreciate those. All right. So let's take a look here. So Nova Rodriguez, you are up next here. Let me see if I can do this right this time. Do this and put at 5015 is where I started to talk anyway. So Nova, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Hello, hello. Good to see you. So let's see, what do we have going on here, Nova Nova? So the other day you had to go to the hospital. What? You combined different things and taking too much of something. Oh, collapsed at a bus stop and he woke up in an ambulance. Oh my gosh. You're not sure how to feel after the event. I mean, you're not surprised at all by it. Probably going to happen sometime, right? Uh, should it be a wake up call around your drug consumption, right? Yeah. So you want to know, what do your spirit guides and Kurt want you to know? Because it's definitely something like a wake up call. And your mom also threatened you. Yeah. Mama Bear, take you to rehab if you continue down this path. Yeah, I get you. All right, let's see what the spirit guides have to say around this here for you. And Curdy. Of course, Kurt always is going to jump up and take the speaker's role when it comes to you. All right. What do you have going on here? So they want these two. And then those leading to that, leading to those. All right. Yeah. So I see here the bottom of the deck, you do have the Knight of Wands, the horse on fire here for sure, which that's the fastest moving knight. It's boom, 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 action, action, action that comes in with all this. And, you know, your fiery energy, it's like it takes something drastic to get your attention, right? And honestly, most humans, right? You freaked out the hospital, tried to escape. Did you see a dragon? um, so this definitely is something. It's like a horse on fire gets your attention, right? Because it's a fast moving, a lot of energy, and it's a quest of stepping into your power too. Yeah, yeah. I meant like at the hospital, you were like, "Whoa, let me out of here." Let's see what we have here. Yeah, and you do have the Four of Wands next to here, the Ace of Pentacles. So the Four of Wands is about stabilizing energy, and the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity. So they do see this as a, definitely, um, like you said, it is definitely a wake up call to help bring stability to your energy. And let's see what else we have here. Then I'm like, what else? And they're like, well, let's just continue to go here. Yeah. So you have the Star card and you have the Knight of Swords. So another knight, another movement, but this is movement of thought and belief and mindset, moving towards the Star card, which is the energy of like a dream come true and living your your life purpose, your dream. And so there definitely is, this is bringing clarity into your life, and it's bringing stark clarity, right? That's coming in here. Yeah, yeah. I'm sure they needed to flesh your system, so I'm sure you had different IVs for sure. But let's take a look here. What's below the surface here too? Yeah, we have the Devil card, which is a shaking and rattling of your life. And the Seven of Cups, all the emotional confusion below the surface here. So you've got the devil card, the Saturn energy is the shaking and the rattling of your mental world of supposed to be's and should be's and need be's and have to be's and these belief systems that are intertwined through your mind. And the Seven of Cups is the emotional confusion that's, you know, the source of a lot of the, you know, pursuit and, uh, the numbing of things, right? That's when we all that combination of drugs. It's if one of them was working, you wouldn't combine them, right? But there's this numbing energy, and they're definitely saying the root of it all is both emotional and mental, meaning belief systems and um, you know the whispers that our mind tells us out of fear and emotions that spawn those things. So there really is this root, and they're saying, yeah, there's this um, escalation that's going on here to um, and it's you're coming to a big decision point. We've talked about this in a couple of your readings earlier too. It's like um, you have exit points in your life that you have avoided that are there where you could have died, right? But you chose not to. And um and that's why why you guys had chose that he would be your spirit guide as Kurt Cobain in this lifetime to help you avoid that. Um because it's like, well, we already have done this before where we left life early, but this time it's about transforming and being that, right? Because even on the bottom of the deck, you have your dream card, the Five of Cups, right? This is that learning to transform your emotions from lower vibration to higher vibration. And that's the dream, right? The what you want to do to help others. But you have to start with yourself. Um, and that's an important thing. Let's see what else they have here too. Yeah. I feel like I mean, it's all a choice, um, and if, this is when they had me wait to say this because they've got the Four of Wands, which is joy and stability, but I just kind of feel like that's some sort of facility. Like you said, rehab, if you knew going to rehab would save your life and that you'd be able to help other people in their lives choose not to end their lives and to have a life that is feels like it's worth living, wouldn't you do it? You know, it's like if you continue on this path, your mom was going to send you there anyway, right? But you can choose to go yourself, right? Let's see here. You got three cards and three cards. Let's see what these are. You got Ace of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Take care of yourself, and the Hanged Man, which is about cocoon and transformation. So you do have this. The Ace of Cups is about self-love, and the Queen of Pentacles is about nurturing and loving yourself and um, helping yourself. And the Hanged Man, like I said, is like a cocoon, the caterpillar going into cocoon to become a butterfly. And there's this. You've been trying to do it by yourself with the Hermit card, right? For a very long time. You're laughing. So it's like, you know, it is it is this you know, and we've talked before about if we try to do something on our own for many, many months and maybe even years, and we're not able to do it, then we have the ability to ask for help. And, you know, so consider that. Consider all this a wake up call, right? Let's see what we have here for these three other cards here. Yeah. Yeah. Keep trying, right? I don't think you can fail at rehab because they keep you there. And they have all those tools that they give you. And then once they reach a point, then, they have support groups and different things to help you not, revert back once you're able to get to the root of things, right? A lot of times they don't just try to solve the symptom, they get to the root. And so that's why, it's important. But yeah, you have the Seven of Swords, which is definitely this energy of, the things, the thievery, the things that these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that thief and steal our lives away from us, which, the fear of failing. It's like, yeah, um, every human has, we stumble, but it's about getting back up and it's taking the steps to do that, right? You have the Knight of Cups and the King of Wands. Yeah. So the Knight of Cups is about, movement and taking action with this King of Wands, which is you're the one that has to, make a choice. Because, yeah, your mom might send you to rehab, but it's you choosing to live and you choosing, you know, you have to be the one. No one's going to rescue you, but you're the one that has to decide. And, but definitely their viewpoint, they, spirit, they love us unconditionally. They don't judge us. They love us. They want the best for us. They want the best adventure. They want us to have an experience of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace while we're down here. And they're like, yeah, the human life is one of the most challenging um, experiences, but we also can experience the high vibration while we're here as well. So, that's definitely there. Yeah, you can ask for help. Yeah, exactly. Deb. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, if you didn't take too much, you wouldn't have passed out, right? So it's about why are you taking any of it, right? And but definitely, I feel like there is this. This is a nudge, for you, and the horse is on fire, so it's time to take action with that. With that, that's there. Right. And then your fortune cookie is richness, and it says, search further. The deeper you explore this issue, the more truth you will find. It will be well worth the effort. Yeah. And it's difficult to when you're in the state that you are, especially after you get out of the hospital, you get back on drugs again, you're not thinking clearly. So maybe it's time just to say, "Yeah, mom, can you send me there? Let's get this show on the road so you can get your show on the road and you can help other people too, right?" And sometimes that might help if you're like, don't do it just for you if that's not enough for you right now. Just think of all the people that you can help yourself. If you take the stand for yourself, you will help other people take a stand for themselves too. So that's what they go. Yeah. See, Valerie, go get assistance now. Do it. Do it. Yeah. And they definitely spirit supports you on having a life that's more clear and full of joy, real joy, not um, drug induced joy, because it's not a real joy. It's more of a numbing that feels like joy when it's really just covering pain, emotional pain, mental pain, physical pain. So you're an Aries. Fire starter. All right. So hang in there, Nova. But that's what Spirit has for you right now. So many blessings. We love you. We support you. All righty. So let's see where we are at here. So up next, we're going to have NY and then Brenda Tejada. And let me see here. Yeah, it looks like we had here Miss K. And I think you might have more than one, I think, but that one's there. And then we jump over here. So then we'll have Sean G for a couple there. And let me just check timestamps here. And then we have Chloe Jade. And then we have several more. So at least you kind of know where we're at right now. I will post timestamps listing everything as I'm going along. After I'm done too, actually, I mean, I'll be on for about another hour. I'm pretty sure I'll be coming back this evening to finish them all out. So, but after I'm done with the session, I will post a pinned comment listing these, and then when I come back on as well, because I'm sure I will be coming back. All right, so let's jump in here. So NY, we are at 105.48, I think is what it said here. So 105, whoops, 48. We'll put that there. Put it over here too. 105.48. All right. So NY, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And so you're on the beach. Oh. We're not jealous at all. I'm more of a mountain person. If it's a lake beach, I'm all in. If it's a regular beach, you can twist my arm. I hope you're enjoying that. So you want to know who is coming towards you in love? Someone coming down the beach right now, right? I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. So what does Spirit want you to know? Who is coming towards you in love? And what can we know about them here? Okay, I feel like those two. All right. Okie dokie. All right, let's take us to the coffee here real quick. Even though it's coffee, we're about to get into some tea, right? So let's jump in here and see what we have. So let me scroll up a little bit here. Okay, there we go. The bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Swords, and this is like expectations equal disappointment energy on the bottom, and it's not the disappointment that you're not meeting someone. This is that they are going to be someone that isn't your normal expectations, like what you would expect around love. And what I mean by that is, like, if you normally have like a type, like you're like, well, this is the person I generally fall for, and I imagine this is who I'd kind of end up with. Nope, over here on this other side, which is good, because it is unexpected, and we'll find out more here in a sec about what's so different about them, how you meet them, what they look like, what they do. What is it? What is it? Right? An alien from another planet? I don't know. Let's find out, right? So I like that, the being on the underlying energy, and then you start off here. Wow. And this is the King of Swords energy here. And King of Swords, of course, someone they rule over the swords, air, thinking suit, great communicators. Um, But they also get a second portion of swords, which makes them the master of that. So I feel like they're very, like, very intelligent. You're like, "That's not my type." I'm just kidding. And that's why they never, like, you didn't end up being in relationships with those others, because they weren't smart enough to see what a good catch you were, right? Bada bunch. But I like this, because this energy of someone who could be in education, they could be like a professor, but it's someone who educates, someone who is very intelligent. Let's see what this other card next to it is here too. And Knight of Wands. So a very passionate person with the Knight of Wands here. And I feel like it's like they're really advanced in their education. It's like someone who has like their doctorate, and you're like, at your age, and because they really went very, very fast. Like maybe they graduated early from high school, got into college, took double, I mean, they were just very intelligent where they've moved very fast and have succeeded a lot in their education. So we like that. What's the underlying energy under there? Yeah. They have peace of mind. So things come easily to them in their mental world. So someone who, but they're great communicators. I like this. They're very passionate about things in life, and that's why they were so excited to move in this whatever the teaching that they are. Let's see what else we have here too. Because you've got the Four of Pentacles, so very solid foundation in the outside world. I like this mentally stable with the Four of Swords, the physically stable in the outside world, and the Eight of Pentacles. Again, this learning and like apprentice who becomes the master, but it's also my teaching and learning card. So I feel like uh, I just feel like very much in the education realm, but not like a elementary school teacher, would be like a college professor, someone who has their own practice and they work on things in the outside world, but they also, teach as well. So it could be someone in, um, we'll see here. There's these five cards underneath. I feel like this is going to tell us more about what they do in their life. So let's jump in there. So we have the Seven of Wands. So it is someone who gets up in front of other people because that's someone up on a hill, other people looking up at them. So definitely they lecture. So that would be the teacher. That would be someone who teaches in front of other people, like seminars and different things too. So they're very much an expert in their field. They have the Two of Cups. So I like this. They understand emotions too. So important relationships. And this makes sense because it could be like psychology, counseling, something along those lines. Because I feel like they get people and they understand how to communicate with people too. Yeah, and they got this Fool card energy. Here's that Aquarius energy up here, all that air signy type stuff. I think very much Aquarius energy with this. So, and I do feel like they're in this. They like to travel. They like this doing things new and different, and very open minded. So not stubborn, not fixed energy with all of this too. And I like that. So they're great communicators. Yeah, and this Fool card kind of had this anyway with this death and this rebirth. They definitely have. Um, and it makes sense that if it's psychology or counseling kind of energy, because they had a really rough early life what caused them to want to get into, you know, understanding themselves and people and society and all of this. And so they had a rebirth when they were younger. I feel like they were at a place where they had to decide, am I gonna go on this downward spiral and die, or am I gonna choose to live? And they chose to live. And they've got this, um, understanding through all of this. So I love this. Yeah, and the Sun card. Here's this Leo bright energy, inner child work, but very bright, very warm energy from them too with the Sun card. They're very true. The sun shines light on everything, and even the dark corners where the cobwebs are. So they're very honest and open and true, which we want that, right? And the King of Wands. Yeah. So I do have this fire energy that's present too. So kind of feel like they've got, even though they might be an air sign, or have a lot of air in their chart. They have a lot of fire too because they like travel. I got that before. They like travel. They like learning new things, studying new things. Go go go. Kind of energy as well. So I like all this. And then the Emperor energy, yeah, for the last card, which is this is someone. There's different energies that come with the Emperor. A lot of times it's like an energy of not knowing what they want. They're trying to decide, not them. With all this energy I'm getting from them, they're very focused, and they have their plan and they're putting energy behind it. They're successful when they want something. They know it, and then they go after it. And I feel like that's what will happen too. Is they'll see you, they'll meet with you, you guys will talk, you'll chat, and it's just going to be like Shazam, and they're just going, I know what I want, you know? So I like that. I like that energy. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups here, which is about a very compatible person, someone that you guys fit like a glove, someone who can, they're very intelligent because all the kings get that second portion of swords, but they're also able to share and communicate their emotions. So it's a very beautiful fitting like a glove energy. So I like that for you, NY. So let's take a look here and see what your fortune cookie is. You've got the heal. You have a natural gift for healing through your hands, words, or actions. Wow. I love that. That goes in hand, literally, with their ability to help people heal emotionally, mentally. I feel like you do maybe if you do energy work, or maybe that is your field, that you have a natural gift to help people emotionally and mentally and energetically. So I like that matchup. Right. So that's what they have for you, NY. Thank you again for your donation, and hopefully you put sunscreen on so you're not getting burnt right now. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Up next, we got Brenda. Brenda, you are up next. Let me put this down here. So, Brenda, Tejada, boom, boom. And you are at 116 and 30. There we go. All right. So, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. And so a general in love, dates and such from now and tomorrow. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So Brenda, love and dates and the such. I like that for today and tomorrow. What do they want you to know here? Any of those? Nope. What else we got here? All right. All right. Well, bottom of the deck, you've got your Three of Pentacles energy, which is all about being true to the authentic you. And that's a good reminder for us not to try to become what we think other people think we should be. And we do it because we're afraid, of losing support or having people angry at us or rejection, that type of thing. And it's about being true to you. It's about creativity. I like that underlying energy. It's kind of like this just beautiful, subtle reminder that where you're gonna meet your true love is living and creating and living your passion in the outside world, right? It's not by looking for love that you're gonna find them, right? Going back to the reading that you had with your King of Cups person, the one that's gonna fit like a glove and be like, "Finally, energy," right? We finally found one another. Wow. It's you going out and doing things you love out in the world and not looking for love, but living your love, living your passion, doing things you enjoy, especially the 3 creativity, and doing all that is where you'll meet them, right? So just a little reminder, around that. Um, these 2 cards made themselves known, so we'll do this. We have the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So the King of Swords is actually you. That's Aquarian energy, the master of your mind, right? And the Page of Pentacles is this energy of new opportunities opening up in the outside world. Kind of going back to the Three of Pentacles, we're just going to put that over top of it here because this is that energy of, think about what things bring you joy, what things make your heart want to dance, and what are the things you love to do, and go do those things. And try some new things too. I feel the Page of Pentacles is doing different things, and that King of Swords is about, using that very unique Aquarian brain that we have, right? Doing something sudden and different and unusual. So I like that. And let's see what these other cards are here. So you've got the Five of Cups. So when we're talking about love and dates today and tomorrow, sorrow, disappointment. It's like, yeah, because they're not that King of Cups. And you got the Three of Wands, which is going a different direction than you have been. So I just feel like they're pretty much saying that, when you're looking at dates and love, anywhere that you're looking right now for love is just going to be disappointing. And you're like, all right, yeah, I'm going to go back to this. I want to go do things I love with the people I love, like your kids, best friends, family, whoever, going and doing stuff that you love, because that you're living that, they're doing that, and that's when you guys bump into each other and you both are doing stuff you love, and you're like, "Huh," and you're not looking for it, but you guys bump into each other, and that's where sparks happen, and that's where it, grows into a relationship. It's not the purpose of it wasn't a relationship, you were out enjoying your life, and then you bumped into each other. So, I like that. Underlying energy under here, yeah, you got the peace of mind, the rest card here, the Eight of Pentacles energy, which is transformation. But it's like, it's like resting the expectations of how you're going to find something, getting out of your head about that, and then just doing the other. And that Eight of Pentacles is about, work and putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You see the fruit of your labor in the outside world. It's just kind of like this focus on your work right now, with that Eight of Pentacles. It's like, all right, I know all work and no play, but this is go play. But you don't have to be searching for love. Is kind of that the energy that's coming underneath there right now, right? So let's take a look here. I've got three more cards. So you've got the Knight of Wands. And it will happen out of nowhere when it happens here. Yeah, you'll find the Six of Pentacles, someone who's that equal giving and receiving, and yeah, the Four of Cups. Emotional stability. I like that too, just equal, two cups on each side, equally giving to each other kind of energy. And this is who you'll find, um, you know, doing that and like I said, pursuing your creativity rather than pursuing trying to find relationship, right? So that's just their little subtle friendly reminder. I love it for you though, because it is what you're looking for. You're looking for someone who can keep up, who loves the stuff that you do, um, and the other is just gonna keep giving the same old, you know, that. So let's see here. Chakra love is where they're guiding me here for your fortune cookie. So let's take a look here. All right, here it is right here. And you have letting go, the sacral chakra. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it's the first step towards success. So letting go the old way, right? And you have carnelian is the stone that can help balance that sacral chakra. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. All right. And then up next here, let me just make sure. Ooh, yep. I almost went to the wrong one. All right. So Miss K, you do have a couple. This is number one here for you. So let me put that down here. So Miss K, number one, boom, and we were at, whoops. Come on, mouse. All right, there it goes. 124. All right, Miss K, so thank you so much for your first donation. We'll give that a love and a like here. And you want to know, how does your Taurus coworker friend you spoke to over the phone feel about you? All right. Let's take a look here. Check in on the Taurus there. Okay. So how they feel about you. We got those. got those. And I do want that one and that one. That one underneath that one, but not those. Okay. All righty. So we do have here on the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Cups. So overall energy, they do see you here as someone who's full of emotion and a little bit empathic with that because she very, very much is the Queen of Cups. You're able to pick up emotion, really relate to people, feel other people's emotions, and that allows you really to connect people emotionally in some great ways because you'll be able to put people's emotions into words and they're just amazed that you can how you can do that. So they like it because they have a little bit of trouble kind of voicing their emotions. um but I feel like they notice that you're able to do that, and that's the underlying energy is a big thing that they see. So let's see what else we have here. You do have the Five of Pentacles. So there is a little bit of fears and beliefs and lack that they have, and the Moon card here too. So that's that emotions and why they have a hard time talking about their emotions. They do have, a bit of fear of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, not having enough, not being enough. And they keep that moon energy really pushed down below the surface there. And that goes back to their childhood. This isn't about you. This is just an underlying energy that they have. So knowing that, can help. And it's a, we even got that's Taurus energy up there in the corner here with this Five of Pentacles just jumping out here too, which of course, um, so I feel like they just need you to know that. I feel like you already know that with your that huge heart empathic ability. You can kind of sense that's there. We have the Star card, so there is this dreamy, dream come true kind of energy around there regarding you, and underneath that, also the Six of Wands, which is a victory energy. It also is kind of this equal attraction energy too. So I feel like you both kind of sense this draw to one another. With that star card, I feel like we got that before, is what Spirit's saying, is that they kind of looked at you as someone that is like, wow, you have so many of the things that they have beliefs around that make someone who's like a dream come true kind of person. How you carry yourself and, just the different aspects of who you are. And so they do see you as that. And then, we've got the Queen of Swords, which is really confirms that here too, because it's this energy of a perfect fit. It's someone that's well balanced between head and heart, and it's my compatibility card. So I feel like they feel like you guys are very compatible. That's there. Yeah, this 10 of Swords. This is a lot of that energy that keeps them from acting on things. Is they've got this long list of things in their head about um, supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's in relationships, and this is what people want in a relationship, and they've had this fear of not being enough and lacking, and it's been reinforced in their life too, because they had these beliefs, I'm not going to be enough for someone. Lo and behold, they draw in people that give them that mirror. You're not enough for me, you never do anything right. Psh, I'm out of here. And so they have this belief that's been reinforced over and over, but our beliefs are always self-fulfilling prophecies, right? If I like one of my fears growing up when I was younger, because my mom got cheated on, was that I'm going to get cheated on. I'm afraid, I'm gonna get cheated on too. What did I do? I drew in people that would cheat on me to bring me what I wanted to see, my fear, so I could get released from it, right? And that's kind of what, has been going on with them. But that's what's keeping them back, but they still see you as like, "Wow." But there's these fears of, surely you have this big list that I grew up with that They think everyone has that list, but you don't. Everyone's list is different. So interesting, right? You guys do with the Six of Cups have past life connection. You do have this natural draw to one another and that comfortability. And I feel like you probably recognize it with your Queen of Cups more than they do. They just know there's something more that draws you guys together, but you've got lifetimes of emotion that ties you in different ways throughout different lifetimes too. And you feel that draw, that comfortability, and that connection with them too. Yeah, they fear heartbreak. One, they don't want to break your heart. They don't want to fail you, but they also don't want to feel like a disappointment. So they've got some stuff to work through here, but they definitely see you as like, wow, someone would be lucky to have you. And you're like, hello, it could be you. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I could, be enough for you. There's that kind of energy below the surface that is kind of keeping them in that kind of place. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Your fortune cookie here for the Whispering Woods. All right. It says, learn, take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. So I feel like this is about, it's all learning. Our whole journey here is about learning. And we draw the mirrors to us to show us things about ourselves. And we don't know, of course, what we're showing them. But the more we can work at raising our own love vibration and what do you see when you look at them, that helps you learn about yourself. And all you can do is raise your love vibration, and you'll draw to you what is worthy of your vibration. And if they are and they're doing that, then that'll come together. But if not, then they will drift away and you'll draw someone in that matches your vibration. So anyway, that's what they have for that one for you, Miss K. So many blessings to you. All right. So, all right, Chloe, enjoy. I shall be back as well here in a little bit. So I'll be on for about 30 more minutes and I will be coming back. I have a lot of donations this evening. I'm so grateful, you guys. Thank you so much. We'll make sure everyone gets messages tonight. Absolutely. All right, so we are to here. So Sean G, let's get down here. So that was 132.40 for Sean G for number one. Let me do your 132. We'll do 132.45 for your first one. Let me just put here Sean G, number one. All right. So, Sean G, thank you so much for your first donation. And let's see here. So that'll be your first one right here. What are V's true feelings for you? All right, let's take a look here. Um, not exactly, Valerie. Just real quick, because I've got Sean G. I've got a couple for Sean G, and then Chloe, and then let me just kind of give everyone a kind of a scoop here. And then Moonlight, and then back to Sean G. Let me just look here. So Sean G, and then let me move this over so I can see. Okay, Sean G, and then we have Michelle, and then back to Sean G, and then back to Michelle. Let me just check timestamps here. So there's quite a list. And then let's see, this case at 626, and then Chloe, and then we go to Miss K for her number 2, and then love is the most powerful force in the universe, and then you. And then just so everyone kind of has an idea, then Maria P. Oh, I think so. Hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit. Yeah. Then Maria P. Whoops. Open that up. That got very bright. It looks like I have two from Maria P. And then Divine Empathic Terror. Hey, my fiend. Good to see you. uh, and then Nova, and then Nelia, and then May. So that's where we're at. We got quite a list. So at least everyone kind of has an idea. So it'll probably be when I return this evening. Is probably when yours is going to be there, but I will have timestamps and a list. I'll have a list going when I start the stream so everyone knows where they're at in the list. And then I will also keep track and after that second stream and put timestamps so you guys can find it easier as well. So thank you guys for your patience in getting to all the readings. I'm blown away. Thank you so much. All right. So back into the scheme here. All right. I don't know what you mean, Nova. You're still you'll be when I return. I got because I'm only going to be on for less than 30 more minutes, and I've got a lot more before your second one there, Nova. So I will put a timestamps when I return as well, though. All right. So sorry, Sean. Yours actually started at 1:36:10. let me correct that on the timestamps over here, just in case you come back. We'll do 1:36:10. All right. So Sean G. Let us scroll back here. We've got, you want to know what are V's true feelings, right? Let me find that here. There it is. What are V's true feelings for you? All right. Okay. What are V's true feelings? Diving into V here. What's going on? Okay. These two as well. Yeah, I thought there was one more. Ooh, okay, some little bonus ones on the bottom. All right. Well, let's find out what's going on with them. Bottom of the deck here, we've got the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Cups underneath that. Oh, nope, 6 of Cups. My apologies. Thought it was the 7. But you got the 6 of Cups and the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is they're in this kind of purging process in their life of emotions and people that don't serve anymore. The 6 of Cups, I like that that's underneath because it's kind of like this energy of past life connections, and you guys have this draw together that you'll make the cut. If you were, I don't think you're worried, but you're like, oh, well, that's good news. That's good information that as they're purging people out of their life, there's this draw that they have to that goes beyond this lifetime to other lifetimes too. That's the bottom of the deck. The first 3 cards, let's see here. So they've got this little hermit energy along with the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the Death card. Yeah, so this makes sense here. They are with this purging. This makes total sense with that because the Hermit card is like they're really pulled into their cave. They're really going through this rebirth. And the 7 of Pentacles normally is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit kind of energy. But with the combination of all these 3 together, they're really looking at their life. Kind of a little mini midlife crisis in a way, or identity. And I don't even think it's like a crisis. It's an identity search. They're searching for their identity, which is really what a midlife crisis is. But so they're really looking at the things in their life just haven't brought them the fruit that they thought that it would and bring them the feelings. And so they're really evaluating and putting an end and going through this big kind of transformational energy here. So I feel like that's all important to know with when we're asking them what their true feelings are towards you, that all this helter skelter firestorm in their life is going on, just to put things into perspective. So let's see what the other cards are. These are going to be specific towards you. Yeah. So we've got the 2 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of different emotions that they feel towards you. And the 2 of Wands is this kind of confusion energy. Let's see what's under down here. Yeah, they do have the Ace of Swords underneath it all. So they are seeking clarity around what is all this that they're feeling. And that makes sense, especially with that past life connection energy. they're going, "What is all this? Why do I have this draw towards you? It doesn't make sense to me," because they're like, it goes deeper beyond this life, and they're like, "I shouldn't be feeling these all these different emotions for you." Um, Not that it's been so quick, but it kind of feels like in their mind, this fast, I shouldn't be feeling all this. And so it kind of has them a bit puzzled and a bit emotionally confused, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here, too. Yeah, we've got the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant. So there's definitely movement of emotion toward you here with the Knight of Cups. And the Hierophant is, again, trying to seek clarity. They're trying to understand this emotional movement and understand these emotions that they have. And so I just feel like there's this pause, even like the Two of Wands, when you see it far enough away, sometimes it looks like the little pause button on a player. And I feel like they're just kind of going, whoa, 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 what's happening? And they already kind of have a pause on a lot of things in their life because of that hermit, and they're trying to figure out a lot of things in their life too. And let's see what else is below the surface on this one. And we have the Five of Wands. Transformation of energy. We got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so they definitely see the fire that you are. And the Ten of Wands. Wow. There's a lot of passion underneath the surface here. Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands, Five of Wands. Very transformative energy. And so I feel like emotionally, they're kind of have a pause and they're emotionally confused. But I do feel like it has a bit to do here with not having a ton of, like, they don't have this self-love that's like off the charts or anything. And so they've learned to express themselves through passion more so than through emotion. But that's what's throwing it for a loop, because you're igniting all these emotions with your guys' past life connection and just your energy. And it's got them a bit confused because they're like, what is this that I'm feeling? And it's like, it's almost like you're flooding their emotional pipelines, and it hasn't run that much emotional water pressure through their pipes, and they're going, "What is going on? What is all this?" They just your spirit guide showed me. It's like, um, what is it? The Grinch That Stole Christmas, when their heart was, you know, 5 times too small, and when they had love fill their heart, it what is that? So, very interesting energy. Hopefully, that brings a little clarity. I feel like they're kind of just in this pause kind of energy right now, trying to figure things out and trying to understand what all this is. But they're trying to understand emotions with their mind, which doesn't always work out so well. But um, there's a lot of emotion that's flowing there. So hopefully that brings some clarity into what's going on in their little, like what you're picking up from them. Let's see here. Now we're going to pull from the star seeds cards for your fortune cookie, and it is starseed. Raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant loving light. Yeah, and that's what that's about. Your radiant loving light. That's that Queen of Wands energy. You just are, your emotional energy just sparks in things in people. So you might be recognizing that in, like your spirit guides, like a boatload of other people. Like you're realizing spark, 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 spark in a lot of different places. So hopefully that makes sense. And that's what they have for that one for you, Sean G. So many blessings for that one. And then let me jump to this one here. All right. So John D, for number 2, you're at 144.18. I know you have more. So Sean G, we'll see, we'll put number 2, and that's at, what do I have, 144.18 ish. All right. And then you wanted guidance for the weekend. All right. So let's take a look here. Guidance for the weekend. What does Spirit want you to know for this weekend? All right, and that one. And thank you for your additional donation. If I didn't say that already, I can get tasky. My apologies. All right, I do want this one, and not that one, but this one. All right. Righty. So you have the 10 of Wands starting off here, and the 10 of Wands is you've been putting a lot of energy, right? 10 of Wands is like taking in a energetic inventory. Like you're going, you know, what did he say? Mach 100 with your hair on fire, right? Your fiery red hair. um, so it is like um choose what you invest your energy in. When you do an energetic inventory, it's like three buckets. Might have talked about this before. My apologies if I did, but it's like you choose what is truly important and truly urgent to you. Truly important, truly urgent to you, not to everyone else and expectations, but to you. That's bucket one. Bucket two are those things that are truly important to you, but not urgent. Those things you can put on your planner for later. They don't have to be done this weekend, right? But you put them on your planner, you know when they will become urgent, so you put them out there. And then the things that are um, not important to you, but are saying that they're urgent, 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 those you stick into bucket number three. And those you don't have to do anything with because they're not important to you. So they'll either take care of themselves or they'll, you know, poop out and take care, like they'll take care of themselves, or they're not important, so they'll just fall away and whatever. If you complete everything in bucket one and you get far enough ahead in bucket two and you're bored, you can go grab something out of bucket three. But identifying that will help you focus on what prioritize what's truly urgent and important this weekend. Do those things, and then you can feel less stressed and less like, oh my gosh, I got so much going on, right? All right, that's the bottom of the deck. Then you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is that empathic um, energy. You have the Nine of Wands too. So this is that the feeling like there's a barrier and all this energy, and you're knocking your head up against a wall. Well, the Queen of Cups is intuitively really connecting to your heart, and that's like when we go, what's truly important to us, if we go up here, like I did there, it's like, well, let's bring it down here. What's important to your heart? What's truly urgent and truly important to your heart? Not just the head, right? You can even join them together, but it's don't only focus on what's important to the brain, because the brain is all about existing, not living life, right? And it's important for you to allow your heart to have a seat at the table when you're determining what these important things are and urgent things are. You have the strength card too. So I love that. Here's your human, here's your higher self. So it's important to connect to your higher self and to the spirit world. But and that Queen of Cups is that kind of energy, but that's your high heart. Your connection to your higher self goes through your high heart, your higher mind. And you can ask them too for clarity, for guidance. Um, it's Leo sun energy. Are you a Leo? I feel like you're a fire sign because you're so fiery, and at least you might have a lot of fire in your chart, but it's connecting with your higher self is the important thing here. Three cards underneath that. Let's see what they want you to do. Oh yeah. Wheel of Fortune. I like it. It's trusting that everything that's unfolding is for you. I like this. It feels like a fortunate weekend. And the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this is things that have been taking a while to grow here. And with the Page of Swords, these three cards coming out together, I feel like you're with this recategorization, or this allowing your head and your heart to decide what's truly important and truly urgent. The Seven of Pentacles is things that you thought were going to, right? Thought were going to bring this feeling of fulfillment and like fruit. You're like, man, not so much. And I feel like there's this clarity coming in, and you're seeing of repositioning of priorities, going that I'm going to put in bucket three. So that's not important to me anymore. But this I'm making a priority because this is important to both my head and my heart. And I feel like that's this big thing coming in here and trusting your higher self to help guide you and to ask them for clarity, ask them for signs, and they will bring that for you. You have the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world this weekend, and the Justice card too, which this is that balancing energy. They have the scales and that Ace of Swords that the Page of Swords has. It's about seeing things differently, seeing things from a higher perspective. The Four Pentacles brings this kind of energy, um, that when we define ourselves by the outside world, either through relationships of all kinds, situations of all kinds, job, education, whatever, and things like our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, that we realize when I define myself by those things, I feel unstable because all those things are. And that, with all this turning inward and upward to your higher self, there is this great energy of realizing that your worth is rooted in the eternal, unconditional love that Creator and the spirit world have for you, that everything else on the outside is above and beyond extra. And so if we start to get stressed and if we start to feel unstable, it's because we're defining ourselves by those things instead of realizing I'm perfect in this moment. I'm unconditionally loved, eternally loved. Nothing I can do to lose that. I am whole and complete, and that's the only stable thing we find in this realm, right? So I like that kind of energy and guidance for this weekend. It's like putting things into proper perspective. These outside things, they don't define you. They're just above and beyond extra. And I feel like that might help kind of recategorize some things in your life. Right. Then we're going to the divine directions for your fortune cookie for this one. And you've got signs. Your past loved ones are never far from you. Notice the signs they send you. So, in addition to your higher self, you also have all your loved ones on the other side and ancestors giving you signs and guiding you. And you can ask them for signs, and they definitely will show that to you as well. So, I love that for you. All right. So that is what they have for those, and I think you do have more. So we'll be returning for those. I'm gonna be headed out of here in about less than 10 minutes, so, I will complete all those once I return. All right. All right. Hey, Tanya Hikes. And anyone else too, I will be leaving, like I said, about 10 minutes to go spend time with my Praying Mantis members, but I shall return to finish out all readings this evening. So definitely pop your question down below if you're wanting a question, and I will get to those this evening. And then when I return, I'm going to grab some screenshots while I'm yapping here. So sorry, I'm not looking at you guys. But when I return, I will have a list of the order in which all the readings will be completed. And then I will post a pinned comment with timestamps on it after I'm done too. So you'll be able to find your readings much more quickly than trying to listen to the whole thing. Um, so I've been doing that lately. It takes a little bit more time, but I feel like it makes it much easier for everyone else to find their readings, because I can usually find readings pretty quick because I know how I work. But for everyone else, it's like, am I going to have to listen to a couple hours to find where my reading's at? So I've been trying to do that differently lately. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. All right, so I'm just going to take some screenshots here so I don't forget and I don't lose anything. Okay, we're at you here. Okay. Okay, so you want a general reading for the coming week when I return eventually, Tanya? Perfect. All right. Oop, and then Patty. Sorry, I don't want to miss that one too. Hey, Patty. Good to see you. All right. So let's see here. I got about 5 minutes. Let's see here. Not back in 10 minutes. In I'm going to be leaving in about 4 minutes or so, 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll be back in about an hour and a half ish, because I'm going to spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members, and then it takes me a little bit of time to go through and grab all the questions and prepare for it. So it'll be about an hour and a half ish, depending on spirit. They're the ones in charge. So, all right, let's take a look here. So, let's see. I should probably be able to get through one of yours. So, Chloe Jade, let's put 155.45 for your number one. So, let's do that one here. And that'll be probably my last reading here. And then, like I said, I will return. All right. So, Chloe, I know you said you sent an email. Okay. So I see that email. I thought you had also put something in here. So I'll probably dive into your email with your second donation that I saw you make. Let's see here. Says need you. Sorry, let me just scroll down here. You need to know what's going on because you met a man last night and it was like this huge moment. Oh, okay. So I think that you were talking about that in your other one. So much change. And you're getting so many gifts. Yeah, definitely with the energies, right? So I think I'm just scrolling down really quick. I'm looking to see if you put anything in the chat. Okay. An email. Okay. All right. All right. So Chloe, rather than doing your reading, because I do see that it's a longer email, so I will. You'll be up first when I return instead. So sorry. Let's see. Can I delete that? Maybe I can. Oh, remove it. Yay. Okay. That way you won't come back looking for it and it's not there. So like I said, everybody, I'm going to be headed out of here in a minute. But I'm going to let me grab all these other ones here too. Let me grab the emails. Whoa, those are big. So thank you guys again for all your patience and all the thumbs up too. I really appreciate that. That does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the love tsunami. But I will complete all free readings tonight as well. So do not fret. I shall return, and I definitely, like I said, I appreciate all the patience in getting to all the readings. We did have quite a list tonight, and but I definitely appreciate it. So I'm just going to grab the last of the emails here so that I have them all. And this one too. Okay, there's a couple, sorry. Whoa. But we'll dive in and get everyone taken care of as well. So okay, here's that email. I'm so sorry. All right, and then two more here. All right, here's number one. All right. Oh, and actually, yeah, I'll jump in really quick and post the pinned comment too, so everyone can find theirs that did have theirs here. All right. All right, I think I got them all. I did get them all. All right, perfect. All right, everybody. So I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Remember, as we're going through our adventures, that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator in our spirit world. And of course, I love you guys too. So hang in there. I shall return. If you want something to do while you're waiting, I have a ton of free content on my main page at the very top. We've got our 4-4 Zen Gate that's happening today. So if you want to check out that video, that'll give some great information on how to use the most of the energy today too. So that's what's going on. We'll see you guys soon. Much love to you.